Warzone Jones, and this video is about none other than Christian, Captain Charisma, the Instant Classic, whatever the hell you want to call him, Christian. Now, Christian, ever since coming back from TNA to the WWE, I don't feel like Christian has been used to his full potential. As a matter of fact, no, he hasn't. Christian hasn't been used to his full potential. But hopefully, now that he's on SmackDown, a brand that, has basically lost pretty much all his big stars, all his main eventers, Edge, Jericho, and so on. He lost a couple more other guys. Hopefully, just hopefully, maybe Christian can get that main event spot. Now, when Christian came back, he came to ECW, and I was shocked. And that was one of the few times I've been shocked in wrestling lately. I don't think anybody made any spoilers about that, like on some type of internet wrestling website. But when Christian came back, I remember I was shocked and my jaw had dropped, and he was on ECW. And I remember thinking that ECW, like, why is he on ECW? But other than that, I was still happy to see him. But he was on ECW. I figured, well, he's on ECW. Vince mad at him because he left. And, there's been rumors that, well, Vince don't like the man. But he has got the world title over there in ECW. He's been ECW world champion. But there was an altercation on SmackDown between Christian and Edge. And we finally get to see Christian and Edge, back together again, in the same ring. These guys were talking, and one of the things that Edge says about Christian is, he says that, you're jealous of me because I'm a former 9-time world champion. I think he said 9 times, but however many times he had won. But what got me was that he told Christian that he never won a world title. He literally said that he never won a world title, despite the fact that he's been ECW world champion. But I guess they're not counting that. But I could have sworn they counted Jack Swagger as the ECW world champion. But then again, maybe Edge just said that, and that wasn't part of the script. And that's just Edge talking, coming from the head or something. But Christian was TNA champion on many times. I think he was, 2-time or 3-time TNA world champion, but I guess they're not going to count that either, because that'll be their way of acknowledging that Christian, basically acknowledging TNA. But when you think about it, there's been other guys in the past who've been from different organizations, and they said that, well, they're a former champion from that organization. Not necessarily saying that, the name of the company, but, they have acknowledged that, well, that guy's a former world champion. They done that with plenty of guys who just jump ship to the other show. They used to do that, but, they're not doing that. But that's, beside the point. The point is, I'm just hoping to God, hoping to whoever, that Christian gets this main event spot, that he gets this main event push, because we all know that Christian is not being used to his full potential. Now, he's on SmackDown. That's a good spot for him. Let's see where he can go with this. Let's see who he's going to feud with. We got a little clip of Edge and Christian, something that a lot of people want to see. Now, I really do believe that Christian was supposed to be the guy at one point, a couple of years ago, I think it was about 2 years ago, who was apparently attacking Jeff Hardy, apparently almost running him off the road, setting up his pyro to explode on him, around that time when Jeff Hardy was feuding with Matt Hardy. I really do think that was supposed to be Christian feuding with Matt Hardy. Jeff Hardy. But they changed it because at the Royal Rumble, a lot of people thought Christian was about to return. At the Royal Rumble, the fans start chanting Christian, Christian, Christian. I really do feel that at the last minute, that these guys all of a sudden they say, oh well, they know what we're gonna do. So let's switch it, let's change it, let's have Matt Hardy be a heel, and he's going to be the guy who's been attacking Jeff all the time. That's just how I feel. I could be wrong. That's just my opinion, what I think, what they had done. But other than that, Christian still had, he's had an okay run so far in the WWE, but he's clearly not being used to his full potential. I remember when he wrestled Sheamus, and he was the ECW champion, and this is when ECW was about to get ready to go out. And I think Sheamus was the WWE champion. Yeah, he was the WWE champion. These guys faced each other. They had a decent match where Christian lost. I pretty much figured he was going to lose because Sheamus just got the belt. Yeah, he's going to lose. Christian had lost to Ezekiel Jackson. He lost the ECW championship to him. his best feud on ECW was with Jack Swagger. And you know, they had a pretty decent feud, not great, not bad, but it was decent. It was more than watchable in my opinion. His feud with Tommy Dreamer wasn't not necessarily great, but it was okay. It wasn't good as Jack Swagger and Christian was. But you know, that's just what I think. But you know, when I saw Christian in TNA, that's when I really got into his character. When I really saw him in TNA, I said it before in one of my old videos. When I saw Christian in TNA, that's when I realized how good this man really was. That's when I realized how good he was. I felt like that, you know, hey, he was as good as Edge, and I used to feel like that Edge was better than him because, you know, it seemed like to me that the WWE just promoted it that way, and, you know, they'll just do that sometimes with tag teams where this guy is better than that guy, and that guy is better than this guy. Like, they promote that Jeff Hardy is better than Matt Hardy. You know, that's why Jeff Hardy is so much popular than Matt Hardy. And, you know, Matt Hardy, you know, he's a bit of a jobber anyway. But Christian, to me, when I saw him in TNA, I just saw how good he was. I saw how good his mic skill was. I saw how good his wrestling ability was. That's just when I realized how good he was. Some people probably already knew how good he really was. But hopefully on SmackDown, he could be just as good as he was, have a real good single run, have a good push, have a similar good push like he had in TNA. So for all you WWE marks out there, you don't know about Christian. You don't know about Edge and Christian. Christian is great. He's just as good as Edge, bottom line. And you know, if for all the people who grew up watching Edge and Christian, you know, that was a moment you've been waiting for a while, to see Edge and Christian back in the ring where they're going up against each other as a tag team. We just want to see these guys in the ring together, at least talking to each other or whatever. So we finally got a glimpse of that. We got a couple of minutes of that. They gave us that, and they hinted towards a feud between these guys. And I thought these guys probably going to face each other in the ring on SmackDown. But what I think what they're going to do is they're going to give us Edge versus Christian, just not right now. They're going to give it to us probably around WrestleMania time. So around WrestleMania time, I would think that Christian and Edge will go at it. Might be for a world title. That would be great. Might be for something else. Who knows? You know, I actually wouldn't mind see Christian versus The Undertaker. You know, he could be that next guy to try to, you know, to beat his streak. I doubt that he'll win it. But, you know, that's just something to look for in future WWE. So hopefully on SmackDown, Christian can prevail because he doesn't have to worry about the politics and guys like Triple H. He doesn't have to worry about John Cena because we all know all the big main eventers from SmackDown went basically to Raw. So that's basically my thoughts. I'm just hoping to God that Christian gets the run and the push that I feel like he deserves. And that he's that pretty much that he's just worth. So those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Go ahead and comment. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to my channel. This is Warzone Jones. I'm out.